Good day, Honorable Donald J. Trump. There's Operation S.T.O.M.P reporting on the situation in Puerto Rico with the Cubans. Putin has ordered Cuba to point missiles at Puerto Rico and Florida. Surprise, surprise. I've been to Cuba 3 times. I know all about what's going on down there. The problem we're having in Puerto Rico that, like I wrote to you, the type of weapons the Russians have in Puerto Rico, all types of weapons. I looked it up in the computer, and all the weapons are refurbished because they lock and jam when you're shooting them. So these Puerto Ricans are stupid to use such a weapon as a Russian weapon sold by the Cubans, MALITOS they call for the Castro jails, plus army from Castro. Some of them infiltrated the police station. They call the BABUDOS. They all wear a thick beard, and they all look the same, and they wear the same cologne. Some must smell they have. They all stink. But these officers infiltrated with the Policía de Puerto Rico, and they're making things with the new president of Cuba. But the one who's really in charge is Castro, like always. The regime will never die until America takes over. That's what I'm going to say. We must watch our embassy. These people are out of their mind, and they're in Puerto Rico now. It's like an undeclared war on Puerto Rico. They got weapons all around the Caribbean, in Santo Domingo, La Mona, Vieques, Culebras, the Antillas, Menores. They have weapons all around the place. Like we're surrounded now. We're surrounded, and the United States Navy had to leave because of Sila Calderon. But I remember the captain said it clearly, we'll be back. And we are back now, the U.S. Navy. And we need all the cooperation we got to control the situation in Puerto Rico, because this is the Bay of Pigs too, sir. Now, women are getting raped in Puerto Rico constantly now. The police do nothing about it. There's a lot of Cubans involved with this. They have nowhere to defend themselves. Nobody's getting the word out, but I'm spilling out the word, the beans, on what's going on in Puerto Rico with rape. That's an article of the United States Code of Military Justice. And this has to do with Article 116, riot and breach of peace, because all wars in America has been started by rape and abuse of women. We're trained in the U.S. military to protect the women and the children first. The crime rate is out of control. There's something in the street called crack and cocaine. And it's actually cleaning products. I took a list in my lab. It has Black Beauty speed capsules. The Black Beauty you buy in a book in the Navy. They got a book that got all type of drugs and pills. This book, I forgot the name of it. It gives all prescriptions of all these drugs they got, and it's sold legally in this book. They got Ajax, Comet in it, acetone, a product being brought in by the Chinese in Chinese junks into Puerto Rico to be sold as contraband. Because why would you need so much barrels of acetone if you weren't using it for drugs? So we're gonna stop that. It has what's this? Crude oil, crude oil, rat poison, lactose, and they cook it in a microwave. The Dominicans do this for 30 seconds, and they cut it up it looks like a big rock of shiny fish scale cocaine, and they sell it for $100 a gram. And it's killing the people. They don't know. It's going to the blood system, and soon the spleen will bust, sooner or later. and they're selling the dope, heroin, not heroin at all. It's actually a injection for the horses, animal tranquilizer, elephant tranquilizer for animals. And the people inject it, and their body gets eaten up by infection. The blood vessels bust up. So that's the situation you have in Puerto Rico with this. But the point is, they want to kill the American people. They don't want to kill us for some reason. Now that Hurricane 5 hit Puerto Rico, they're vulnerable. So the Cubans are moving in with Putin. They got submarines out there, 200 miles off the coast of Puerto Rico. They're into the Bahamas. They're just roaming around there. There's a lot of subs out there. The stuff is that nobody's sending the Navy, the Coast Guard. I don't know what the Coast Guard is. There's a lot of drugs out there and guns, especially guns. Let's put it that way. Russian weapons brought in by the Cubans, and PT 109 boats painted with U.S. Navy paint. This paint is for the U.S. Navy, S.T.O.M.P paint. The Cubans are using, stolen for the base and Vieques. Most likely some drunken sailors, some sailors on drugs, some cocaine, made deals with the Cubans and sold it. Nobody noticed for the stockpile, so it's just paint. But I believe Naval Intelligence Service, NIS shows, investigate this matter about the paint. It's all around the place. Puerto Rico got it. Santo Domingo got that paint. It's still paint. It goes on the radar, can't be detected on the low radar. And that's how these people are smuggling drugs back and forth. It takes them 24 hours. They built these PT-10 boats. They put 350 Chevy motors, 2 of them. And within 24 hours, they go in and out, transferring guns and drugs. This fake stuff, it's not even drugs. It's gasoline. It's crude oil mixed with gasoline. And they get sold this stuff and think it's cocaine. It's not cocaine, gentlemen. There's a big fraud out there with the drugs. The DEA probably doesn't know, or probably does know. They putting people in jail for junk, which is harm to the public. I don't blame that. But the stuff is that Puerto Rico is an invasion. Nobody's doing nothing about it. I lived in Puerto Rico for 13 years. I know everything about Puerto Rico. I'm from the USS Dewey, DDG-45. I was the captain chauffeur in that ship. I used to take him to Trump's golf course in Dorado. I took all the officers around. I took him to dinner. Captain Lasseter. He never gave me nothing for it. He just went scuba diving. I don't blame him. And I saved his life because at that time they were killing sailors in Puerto Rico. They don't like the sailors. They call us gringos, betrayers. And this is supposedly my race, Puerto Rican, my heritage, my creed, doing this to me. With the Policía of Puerto Rico, the governor of Puerto Rico, Pedro Rosselló, of course. All these other government parties involved, Cine Calderón, Aníbal Villar. I wrote to these people. After they locked them in jail, I still wrote letters out to these people. And all that's in my operation. That's all in Washington. That's in all my records of Trump. All the paperwork I had on the Operation S.T.O.M.P. because that's my operation for 30 years, and I'm not going to just give it up like that. I never got it. I just put in for a Medal of Valor because I work without guns and stuff like that, no bulletproof vests. And I've been doing this for 30 years. I can get killed anytime, But who cares now? But whistleblowing OPM stuff. I'm from Office of Personal Manager Retirement, and I'm whistleblowing federal in Puerto Rico, starting with the FBI. Louis Freach, starting with him after that. Because he sent 2 FBI agents to my house. After I wrote my book without publishing it yet, I took it to the State Department to get licensed, which I did. I got federal license and state license for my book. And they came to my house to wipe me out for the book. And since the FBI wanted so much, this is the book they wanted. And I published it with the publishing company. And this book's off sale now. I'll leave it there to give read. They don't know. That's it. And this book is all about what's happening right now in crime. This book was written before 9/11. I send the books out everywhere by myself without publishing it. I published it myself, and it went circulating out to New York. I don't know what happened, but now it's all around the world. This book is being sold in Nigeria. It's going all around. Barnes & Noble is selling this everywhere. And I just sold one book so far, but you never know, you know. I'm not making money out of nothing. But I'm just putting out the facts. Donald Trump is innocent. I don't care what nobody says. This insurrection stuff, impossible. How can one man control people's feelings? Only Jesus can do that. That's right. Only Jesus can do that. One man cannot read another man's mind. Only the mighty one can. And America is a nation under guard to let Puerto Rico kill us gringos. Us Americans are endangered in tourism in Puerto Rico. What a silly bunch of people. Like the Americans owe them something or something. Puerto Rico owes a big debt to the United States for keeping them alive. I reckon the United States better move in on these Cubans. And Ted Cruz is Cuban. He's another guilty party for putting in porn into the computers in Congress down there by Brandy Capria, by Press B, P.O., and free porn comes up, Pornhub. They were blaming it on him. I don't know, really. I don't get into that stuff, really. I'm a married man for 33 years. Really. But anyway, Mr. Trump, I'm counting on you, man. We need help, really, with the United States Navy in Puerto Rico. Senor Toro, Secretary of the Navy, we need your help desperately to bring the U.S. Navy to Puerto Rico. And it's a battle out there. It's a battle right now, but I lost the battle, but I came back to win the war, sir. I'm alive. I am alive. And I liveth until death do me part from my wife. I love America. And I tell Puerto Rico, don't tread on me. Amen.